What is the viscosity? What is the viscosity's formula, and what are the types of viscosity? Okay, so let's start. What is a viscosity? Most fillers offer some resistance to motion, and we call this resistance. Viscosity arises when there is a relative motion between layers of the filler. More precisely, it measures the resistance to filler arising due to the internal friction between the filler layers as they slip past one another when filler flows. Viscosity can also be thought of as a measure of filler's thickness or its resistance to objects passing through it. A filler with a large viscosity resists motion because its strong intermolecular forces give it a lot of the internal friction, resisting the movement of layers passed off another. On the contrary, a filler with a low viscosity flows easily because its molecular makeup results in a very little friction when it is in motion. Gases also exhibit viscosity, but it is harder to notice in ordinary circumstances. Okay, and yes, and the SI unit of viscosity is Pi. Okay, that is denoted by pi. The other unit of Newton second per square meter or Pascal Newton second. The dimension force formula of viscosity is ml power minus 1 T power minus 1. The viscosity of liquids decreases rapidly with the increase in temperature, and the viscosity of gases increases with the increase in temperature. Thus, upon heating, liquids flow more easily, where gases flow more slowly. Also, viscosity does not change as the amount of matter changes, therefore, it is an intensive property. Okay, and what is the viscosity formula? Viscosity is measured in terms of a ratio of a sharing resistance to the velocity gradient in a filler. If a sphere is dropped into a filler, the viscosity can be determined using the following formula. That is the viscosity types. Viscosity is a measure of a filler's fraction to its flow. There are two ways to measure filler's viscosity as follow. Dynamic viscosity, that is non-absolute viscosity, and kinematic viscosity. One way to measure the filler's resistance to flow when an external force is applied, this is known as a dynamic viscosity, and the other way is to measure the resistant flow of filler under the weight of gravity. We call this measure of viscosity as kinematic viscosity. Okay, many are confused between the two viscosity measures and consider them to be one and or same. In reality, they have significant differences between them. For a few applications, kinematic viscosity is more useful than absolute or dynamic viscosity. Thank you very much.